Hey everyone, before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more real life. It's dramatic stories you won't forget. The dining room buzzed with the usual Thanksgiving chaos, the clinking of silverware, murmurs of conversation, and the warm, inviting scent of roasted turkey filling the air. Family had gathered from near and far, laughing, swapping stories, and carefully navigating polite small talk. I sat quietly, nursing my glass of wine, moving through the room without drawing unnecessary attention. Across from me sat my wife, Nicole, offering faint smiles to her family, her hand brushing mine from time to time. But beneath the surface, I could sense tension, the subtle glances, half smiles, hints of secrets not meant for me yet. It started quietly, in the way humiliations often do. Her sister Emily, who always had a sharp tongue, leaned in close and whispered loud enough for me to catch. "I can't believe you actually put up with her nonsense. You're way too patient." On the surface, it sounded like a casual remark, but the tone, the smirk, the way she glanced around to make sure others were listening, it was deliberate. She was testing me, mocking me, trying to shrink me in front of everyone. I didn't react immediately, letting her words hang like a challenge. A few family members chuckled lightly at her jab. Nicole smirked, clearly expecting me to feel embarrassed. That quiet, sly amusement sparked something deep inside me, a fire I hadn't felt in years. I tightened my jaw, my eyes locking onto hers across the table. In that instant, the world seemed to narrow, focusing only on the moment at hand. I didn't want to yell. I didn't want to fight. I wanted the room to feel the weight of the truth Nicole had tried to hide. I cleared my throat, my voice low, deliberate, and calm, drawing the table's attention. "Should I tell them who you spent last night with? Or would you rather?" I asked. Steady and controlled, without a hint of hesitation. The words hit like a thunderclap. Laughter froze midair. Glasses paused mid-sip. Utensils clattered quietly onto plates. Every eye turned toward us, wide with shock. As the room sank into heavy silence, Nicole's smirk vanished, replaced by a pale, terrified stare. Emily froze too, her earlier amusement replaced with flickering fear. She hadn't expected to be part of a revelation that would shatter Nicole's carefully curated image. Other family members glanced between us, sensing the tension but not fully grasping its weight. The air thickened, charged with anticipation, the kind of silence that presses against the chest and slows time itself. Nicole's hands trembled slightly, her eyes darting desperately, searching for an ally, some escape, anyone who could intervene, but there was none. She had played a dangerous game of pride, attention, and secrecy. Now the consequences landed squarely on her shoulders. I leaned back slightly, calm and collected, letting the gravity of the moment speak for itself. Emily tried to laugh nervously to regain control, but it fell flat. The room had shifted. The family, once filled with casual jokes and light teasing, now felt the undercurrent of betrayal and dishonesty that had been hiding in plain sight. I hadn't raised my voice. I hadn't shouted. I had simply stated a truth that demanded attention, and the silence confirmed its power. Nicole finally whispered, her voice trembling, I didn't." The words were almost lost in the tension filled air, noticed by all, heard by none. Her sisters and cousins looked at her differently now, amusement replaced by curiosity, concern, and the faintest hint of judgment. Truth has a way of reshaping perception in an instant. I leaned forward slightly, maintaining my calm, controlled presence. "Do you want to explain it, or should I?" I asked softly, leaving the choice in her hands. The room held its collective breath. She faltered, stammering, realizing that no charm, laughter, or excuse could erase what had just been exposed. By the time dessert was served, the atmosphere had transformed completely. The laughter that once filled the room had vanished. Conversations became cautious and deliberate. Nicole avoided my gaze, visibly shaken. Emily, who thought she had been clever, now seemed humbled, uncertain how to react, and I remained composed, knowing that the truth had revealed itself without a raised voice or loss of control. Later, after the family had left and the chaos subsided, Nicole approached me, pale and hesitant. You didn't, she whispered, her voice small. You didn't actually? I simply looked at her, calm and unwavering, and replied, I didn't need to. The silence said everything. For the first time in years, she realized that I would no longer be played, mocked, or humiliated without consequence. That Thanksgiving, the table fell silent, not from anger, but from precision and control. And the woman who believed she could manipulate the room and May learned a hard truth. Control is never as simple as it seems. Some truths, once spoken, echo far beyond the moment.